Overheating, waterproofing, content reviewing, mic connecting, and cancel recording are 5 issues that I am seeing with the DJI Nano, and I have mine coming in today, and I'm really excited about this camera. But I'm a little concerned because I'm watching these other reviewers and I'm like, dang, are these going to be issues that might be a deal breaker for me? And like, let's be honest, their standard combo absolutely destroyed the Go Ultra standard combo. It was $180 less. You got 128 gigabytes of storage built into the camera, plus more accessories than comes with the Go Ultra standard combo. That is extremely competitive, and it's really good for us as consumers. Now, Insta360 is doing a deal where you get a 128 gigabyte card when you buy a Go Ultra now. So if you get one, you get a card that you can put right in there. And that's, trying to be a little more competitive. But I love the idea of that competition. However, these issues might be really big deal breakers for me. So the first one is overheating. I've only seen 2 reviewers talk about this, and it literally, the camera stopped recording. They were in the middle of filming, and it just got too hot because it was on the dashboard in the sun, filming them in the car. So kind of unique scenarios, but I am going to test that. I have not had that issue at all with this one, and I have had it on my dashboard, recording me in the car and sitting in the sun and everything. So that's going to be an interesting comparison. The second issue is not so much like something they had to do, but it would have been a huge competitive edge. Their Vision Pod, the little action thing, number one, it is smaller than this, but it looks like it could have been completely sealed. It's just a brick. There is nothing like this going on with that. And because of that, they have this one little door where you plug it and everything, but that could have been sealed. I don't need 10 meters. I just want 3 to 6 feet. Just give me the confidence that if I'm out there filming at a pool or in the ocean, that if I drop it, it's not going to die. And if I want to have it out there where I can see what I'm filming, I don't have to worry about it. Which, actually, this is a separate issue, which I'll talk about a little bit, is this tilty screen is kind of a really nice feature. It's the reason why a lot of cameras have moved to this option, and the DJI Nano does not have that, all right? So we'll talk about that maybe in another video as well, but so the waterproofing just would have been a huge competitive edge for that Vision Pod. Now, the third one is not a big deal, but it is a functional nicety, is that you cannot preview the footage, you can't review the footage on the Nano unless the pod is connected. Now, that might not seem like a big deal, but if you're setting this camera up in different places to film, and then you think you got the shot, but you're not sure because it was you're getting B-roll or whatever, the ability to quickly check without having to move the camera is a really nice workflow thing. And so the idea that you could set the camera up, film, and then you want to check your shot, you got to put it back in, you got to check, oh, the shot didn't work, you got to go back and do it. That's kind of obnoxious to me. So hopefully they can fix that with a firmware update. That would be really nice. But that brings me to one of the biggest concerns, which was also one of the greatest selling points to me of the Nano. That's the Mic 3. This is an incredible microphone, a huge leap for me in regards to just an entire little package. But from what I am seeing from at least one reviewer, it only works if the camera is connected to the Vision Pod. The second that he took it out, he lost the mic, and it was only the mics that were in the actual camera. That's a big drop for me. Currently we don't have the Mic Air for the Ultra, which is a separate issue. That was also a big drop for me on launch. We still don't have the Mic Air, but I do know from some inside information that they are currently working on the ability to connect to the Mic 3, which would be huge. If the Go Ultra gave me the Mic 3 with this separate, that would be, audio is a massive deal for me. I think it is for most people. So that would be kind of huge. And if DJI can't, for whatever reason, give us audio to just the camera without having to connect it to the pod, that's a big issue. If you're out there recording and you've got your stuff and you go to set the camera somewhere and suddenly you lose the microphone, that's a workflow issue, that's a functional issue, all that kind of stuff. So I don't love that. Currently with the Go Ultra, what I like to do is have it connected to something like this switch pod and then a little mount right there. And then I plug this in if I want the best audio that I can have. Right? Now, I still do lose the ability to remove the camera. That's obnoxious, and I would like to get that better. But currently the audio is just seriously not as good with the mics if you're running Bluetooth. And so if I really want good audio, then I have to sacrifice that little difference. And that's just what it is. But I really want to see that connection there. And I think that future gens of all of these cameras are going to have a Wi-Fi receiver for audio built into these. It's just a future. It has to happen. If you want to elevate this entire craft, give us the Wi-Fi receiver in the camera so that we can literally get a Wi-Fi connection with those remotes that is equivalent to something like this. Shrink the tech, put it in there. That makes sense to me. Now, the last one is not a huge deal for everyone, but it is a really big deal for me, and that's cancel recording. This has become one of my required features of cameras. Currently, what I am seeing is the Nano does not have it. I didn't even realize that. because the Pocket 3 had it. I assumed the Nano would have it, but it doesn't. The Go Ultra, I use that cancel recording all the time, because when you're doing like B-roll shots or just different things like family vlogs, there's going to be times where you end up capturing something that you don't want to keep. Kid starts having a fit, crying, screaming, whatever, something crazy happened, you had to put the camera down, like, you know you don't need that footage. You just cancel the recording and you don't have to sift through any of that later. We went to Legoland, and the number of times that I just canceled the recording because I was starting to do something and then it didn't play out because we were in line or I had to go, like, the ability to just remove that footage immediately so that I didn't have to work with it later saves so much time in post-production and just like creating a short little film. So that's a really big deal. Insta360 also does a great job of making it seamless when you're working with the footage. Like, if I'm recording something, I can literally pause the clip and then continue recording on that clip later. And if there's a clip that I've recorded and like I had stopped recording, if I turn the camera back on, I can go into my footage and tap to continue the recording right after that clip, and like it automatically combines them in the moment. Really nice workflow things. So I gotta be honest, I am genuinely excited about the DJI, right? The Nano. I just think it's great to have that competition because it makes it better for us as consumers. It makes everyone improve and all that kind of thing. Like, I love that. However, these 5 issues are kind of a big deal for me. The overheating, the waterproofing, the content reviewing, the mic connecting, and the cancel recording are things that I'm not loving. And what I will say is, I think this little flippy screen is kind of a really nice advantage. I'm looking at my thing, but like, I didn't really focus on this too much, but the fact that like when I am filming myself, if I want to see myself, I'm right here. If I want to turn it around to film my kids, it's just this. And I can see what I'm getting. With the Nano, you physically do have to remove the camera from the thing to turn it around to get the other side. That is not a great workflow experience. So anytime you want to go the other way, you actually have to remove to get there. All right, that to me is going to be an issue, and it's not something that I thought about heavily, and it is something that I am concerned about. What I will say is this: if you are someone that is just looking for a small camera, the price point of the Nano, the accessories, the video quality, I think DJI has done an exceptional job. So we're going to see how this plays out for me, and I'm really excited to give you all the information as I work through it. But I hope this video helped you guys think through 5 issues that I am seeing from other reviewers that I will be exploring in my own content. All right, so remember, you're either going to sink or swim. Let's rise with the tide, and I'll see you on the flip side.